Alright. We're back. Okay. Yeah, the goal is to get a decent core of guys to level 6, level 5 and level 6. I kind of wanted to beat all the bosses, but man, I'm actually sitting here wondering... I mean, those last couple level 5s we've done have been hard. Like, finally. I don't know, like, I guess I shouldn't be, like, super excited that the dungeons are getting much, much harder, but they are getting much, much harder, that transition there. Blatant debuff resist. I want a bleed resist. I've been wanting this item. This item is actually fairly interesting to me. I think it could be used for some pretty cool stunning. Can get max armor now? Good. Let's go do that. Oops. Cool.
Fan the flames, mold the metal.
Alright.
We are raising an army.
So we have max level equipment now. The next thing we need is cash. Because everything is going to cost a ton of cash. Oh, and I need that. Because that is really good. Okay. Alright. Okay. Purchase 2 of those now, which is excellent. The card is fun. Do I think hard is fun? Yeah, I like the game to be challenging. If the game isn't challenging, I don't really enjoy playing it. If it's too easy, if it's just the same over and over again, I don't really enjoy it. However, I don't know if I enjoy being cripped by that fucking crab for 20 every turn and then 30-point dots going on me. 30-point dots. We don't have an unlimited number of Plague Doctors, unfortunately. I think we only leveled 1. And again, this is because we spread our barracks really thin this game across a lot of classes, and we picked up things like lepers and highwaymen. We have 1 highwayman and 2 lepers and a dead jester hosing my fucking total number of available guys. That brings me down to 21 available guys. I leveled occultists and abominations, and I'm also not very sure about occultists and abominations here. I'm not sure I wanted quite as many as I have. Do I want the quick charm thing enough to do it? I don't know. Okay. There's basically no way to level this guy without... I mean, I could drag him. Actually, could I drag him to level 3? What does he do? Does he just bitch and moan? I beg you no. That's okay. How much stress does he start with if I do that? Can I possibly level another Plague Doctor? Do I want to level another Plague Doctor? I mean, if I remember correctly... I'll go check my notes here. So, the final boss, the final missions, there was really bleed heavy in the first of the final missions. A little bit blight heavy in the second. Alright, the other thing we should start looking for is locking in Eldritch. That one, the accuracy versus Eldritch is going to be pretty good. Are there level 5s who have it? Yeah, like this guy. Next playthrough, no lepers, highwaymen, or abominations. I actually want to use abominations. I want to use them only as stunners. I probably will be doing no lepers, no highwaymen, and probably no jesters next playthrough, but I'm not sure yet. The jester has the highest crit percentage in the game, along with a couple other classes, and some of the fastest speed in the game, which it sounds like it'd be really good for dark runs. My suspicion in the dark runs is that you're going to have to be going first with your whole group, if you possibly can, to be killing the nasty shit while you're doing that. So, I don't know if I'm going to be able to afford locking that in on people. I don't know. What do we do next? Do we try to kill these missions for some reason? Not the level 0 one, clearly. But, the boss missions? Do I level these places up to get to boss missions? I'd take another Book of Sanity. You can use Jester and Man-at-Arms to guarantee I always whack first. Well, your Jester has to go first to do that. Jester has a speed buff. Why do I need Man-at-Arms as well? Alright. We have guys to level. I don't want to bring these guys. I don't trust highwaymen on level. Wait till I get my highwaymen to the top level before I bring them anywhere else, I think. Okay, so I think this is the group we're gonna run with double these guys here. This is only level 1, so it's activate 3 protective wards. These tend to be fairly short. This is going to cause a ton of stress in our group. I don't much care for these healers, and I don't much care for this as a damage dealer, but I'm basically doing this because I have 5 guys who are level 4, and this is one of them. So we're going to bring him here. Do we have anything? Where are we going? I guess I should figure out. We're going here, back to the cove. So Eldritch stuff is good if we have it, which we don't. What's the other guy got? Cove Adventurer, minus stress in the cove. Sounds like it'd be pretty damn good here. And accuracy versus that, I want to keep that too. Alright, we'll bring the other guy. Okay. That is the benefit. I saw that just in chat right now. Someone says no one else hits as hard with the stun as the Abomination does. And I think that's pretty true. The Abomination stun actually does okay damage. Alright, let's go level people. Okay. What about gear? Alright. No. I mean, some crests are still useful because I can upgrade the number of items that cycle through and the camping gear costs, but nothing's really that useful anymore. Just gold is really what's the most useful. We're going to run this one to level the guys, and then let's go ahead and provision. The level 5s have been challenging enough. I don't want to bring a full group of level 4s on that mission, and these guys are kind of an odd enough group. I don't really... They're all weak enough in their own right that I don't really want to bring them as like a level 4 on a level 5, so we won't bother. Alright, with that said, what do we want to do? We want scouting. I guess I'm not going to be doing much marking in the back. I'll think about that. The highwayman needs accuracy damage. It's a lot of extra stress for a group that has stress. Maybe we don't bring this. Maybe I just bring... Oh my god, will you remove from my inventory, please? Just bring Eldritch damage. On guard here. Perfect, he's in the right spot then. And then natural swing here. We're going to bring Eldritch, and you're going to bring accuracy and more stunning. Okay. Looks alright. I could bring, if I'm going to transform every time, I could bring the transformation thing, but it just seems fairly weak overall. I mean, if I'm paying that much to transform, I'm slightly over leveled for level 3. Could I possibly drop a sun ring and bring something else? Feels like he's not going to do all that much damage. Not with that. There's the Eldritch Slayer ring. Let's do that. Let's try this. So let's go ahead and provision. And I need to figure out what skills this guy's going to be using in this position. Sacrificial Stab can't be used from the 3rd position. I guess I could run this as a... Come on. Switch like that. I guess just use damage skills there. Not that he has anything I want to use here. I think this is the weakest highwayman setup yet. Okay, but at least I can do pulls from here. I don't need vulnerability hex. Take artillery, so it's stab, heal, nuke, pull. Sounds reasonable. This is only a level 3 again, so it's a little bit easier how I want to do this. Okay, let's go wipe this mission out real quick. 3 of those. 2 of those. Nope. 4 of those. Food. And Light. Okay. Can't use grape shot on rank 4. Fuck. Alright, well, we're gonna embark and then we'll change it around. Okay. I do like my DPS. That's not why I'm bringing this group though. I'm bringing this group because they're my level 4s and I want to level them. Alright, so we need to swap their position because of grape shot. Alright, and what does this mean? This means... I think it's about the same still. It's shoot. Grape shot. Tracking advance. And you can't stab anymore. But I brought something that doesn't allow me to debuff. So this is going to be literally spam healing and nuke with Eldritch Nuke, I guess. So I can do that from the back. I can do a couple of these from the back. Alright. Alright.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms. Monster's size has no intrinsic merit, unless inordinate exsanguination be considered a virtue.
I can get rid of our first quest item in a moment. I don't really like this item. I'd prefer to deal with stress in a different way. It feels pretty bad to have to sacrifice one of your... I mean, why do we want to bring the Abomination as a damage dealer? Because he does really good damage. Well, does he do 25% more than any other class? Because that's how much damage you give up by running an item that has no damage on it as a damage dealer. And my thought process is probably not.
Well struck.
Yeah, we don't have plus accuracy here either. What am I was thinking he's over leveled at level 4, so he probably has 100% accuracy anyways, he does. But
Give them no
at level
quarter.
5 he won't have that. No, no crits. 2 to 5 is not adequate. 4 to 9.
A devastating blow.
If you crit constantly, can't guarantee that.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
No, should have hit the other one. I gotta remember they're not all alike, even though their moves look all alike. I could have prevented damage on this guy. Does that actually say minus bleed skill? So probably this has a reduced chance too then, probably. That's kind of interesting. Should have got one of these earlier for him. Stun. We're just tracking shouting to delay. Hope for a healer ahead of this guy. Nice.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Not sure if the minus bleed fix it. I hope it does. Oh, did I interact with that item at the end of all that? No, I didn't. Let's not forget to do that. It's a totally linear dungeon, so I can't path around obstructions, so I'm not going to take the shovel there. So I could very easily get 3 blockages in the cove. It's the wrong one. Should have stunned this guy and attacked the back one with the abomination. 5 to 9 isn't going to kill it, so let's heal. Ah! Cultist kicking ass. Imagine if we had a cultist last mission. What the hell would we have done with 0 point heals? We would have just lost.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Same deal. I just don't want him to kill that. I could have healed somebody else.
Powerful blow. Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Well, abominations can hit the front 3 ranks, right? And it's the 3rd rank that's the super important rank. So it makes them a hell of a lot better than lepers. Alright. I think that will set him up to die to Grape Shot. If I do damage to that second one, it probably won't kill it. 15 to 27. Grape Shot the line then.
Impressive.
Still level 3s, right? Is Crusader bad for front row? Depends what you're doing with the Crusader. I actually prefer the Crusader as a healer than I do as a damage dealer. I don't want to clear all corpses.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Do I need to get rid of anything for crests? I don't think I do. I have 24 in my inventory. I don't really need crests anymore. Yeah. 2115. I guess if we're gonna be super safe about it, let's be super safe about it. Nice. Might be able to Grape Shot that now. Or just kill it with the occultist.
expedition at least promises success.
Is it 100% of room battles, or... No, it's 3 protective wards, so I gotta get all of them. Okay. Coral. Yeah, I'll take that. Well, this is level 3. The last round was level 5, so this is a lot easier. And we're using level 4s on a level 5. Excuse me, level 4s on a level 3, whereas last time we were using a mix of level 3s, level 4s and level 5s on a level 5. I say that like 5 times quickly. In other words, these guys are over-leveled for the mission, and the last level we were using guys who were under-leveled for the mission. I don't have any more negative quirks. Okay. Let's get rid of 2 food for that. Yeah, the first skill abominations have is transform, so I'll show you when we start this next one if you like. It's a little bit greedy doing another shovel here. Want that. I don't think I'm gonna camp this mission, so let's just fucking toss that. Alright, stress cool. You just have to kill the darkest dungeon to complete the game, supposedly. So I haven't decided if we're going to kill the bosses on this playthrough or not. Some of the items are really good for the darkest dungeon, some are not so great. That guy's stunned? He is stunned.
A singular strike.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you, Blue. That's what I just said. I said I'm not sure yet if on this playthrough, Blue, if I'm going to clear out the other bosses or not. Well, I know June is head because I don't want the stress. This is a group that causes stress to my group. I actually didn't find the percent healing items all that great on the occultist anyways, because the problem isn't that the occultist heal is bad. I mean, the average damage on this is fine. Average damage on that's 9. That's pretty decent. And it gets even better on the next level. The problem is actually the low end. And the way the Darkest Dungeon does its percent modifiers is it gives you a number first and then applies the modifiers. So if I get a 30 or even a 50 or let's say I get a 100% heal bonus on the occultist, it's still pretty shit. Because if I hit that 0, that was the problem to begin with. The problem wasn't that I was healing 10 on the low roll, it's that or on the high roll. It's that I'm healing 0. And when if I hit 0 and it gets modified by 100%, it's still 0. If I get 1 and it's modified by 100%, it's only 2. It's like, see what I'm saying? Like, the item is just not as powerful on the occultist as it is on the other class, on the Vestal. Oh, I was going to tell you the abomination skill, wasn't I? Sorry. Let me get back to the abomination, I'll show you.
Power.
So this is the transform skill. Transform right here. I mean, it does increase the average damage dealt by it, but it's not the average damage the problem. It's the low end, and it doesn't significantly increase the low end damage to a point that makes it playable. Right? It's still RNG on that. So transform here is what turns them into the abomination form. You can transform once per encounter. You have a buff that gives you additional damage for 3 rounds after transform, or 4 rounds after transform, or something, I can't remember. If you're not transforming, you have access to a stun and a blight. It's an AoE blight. I don't really like it very much. The stun's very good though. It's from the 2nd or 3rd position. It can stun the front 3, which is really good. You also have absolution, which is a stress heal that you can use at any time. Stress and damage heal. Once you transform, you have access to different abilities. You have Rake, which is a AoE on the front 2. You have Rage, which is a front 3 damage, and it's just high damage with decent crit. You have Slam, which moves you forward and does reduced damage and like knocks them back or something. I almost never use that skill. Basically, you're going to use Rage 90% of the time and Rake the other 10%.
A victory. Perhaps the turning point.
Where's the quest item? Quest location. So we can win the rest of this dungeon without using the shovel. So let's do that. Take the gold. I don't know that I need medicinal herbs right now. I need gold.
The way is lit. The path is clear.
Alright, I guess I'm going to do at least one of these fights in low light.
To follow it.
Do I have any more negative quirks? Don't. Oops, wrong guy. Why am I killing the one I stunned? Because he can't stun the one in the back, which is the one I would have preferred to stun, and it's not guaranteed that this abomination goes before that guy. That guy is, I think, around the same speed as this guy, maybe a little bit slower, speed 6, and this guy's only speed 8. So if I roll low on my dice and he rolls high on his dice, he can very easily go before us. You cycle through heroes, Q or E. Oh, thanks, Jeripium. Alright, kill that. I could heal, I guess. Should be able to stun this guy, maybe even twice. We have plus stunning on him. So, are there other combinations that remove negative quirks? There are. There's like one in. There's a couple of the curios that do that. There's just the corals are the best for it, and they're the ones in the code. They seem to spawn the most. Okay, we'll try for the second stun. Nope, resisted. It's too bad he's not dead yet.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
The auto switches back at the end of the fight, by the way. I don't need these items. I don't want to open this quite yet. I want to get rid of the thing in my inventory. I don't want to touch this either. I'm going to come back this way. Let's get the 2 fights done.
Decisive.
That's nice. I can now grape shot that front. Those 3 there if I want.
Death waits for the slightest lapse in concentration.
There's not really any time to play with these guys, particularly. They do enough damage that it's almost always better to just transform and kill them. It's a grape shot. Might be able to. Well, I can definitely kill one of these. Let's try to see if I can kill both of them with Rake or not. Maybe 16. Pretty unlikely. I need to remove the sun rings because we're now in low enough light that I can't do anything with them. But I don't have inventory space, so I won't be. Can't touch that guy. Just
success so clearly in view? Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Alright, how much food am I bringing? Am I over 12 still? No, just 1. Okay. There's the last item. Alright. We know we have another fight in this room. Getting into low light, which means extra stress, which is not, I don't really think abominations do it all good in low light stuff, because they already put out so much stress. Like this, probably the stunning variant can, but the transform variant probably doesn't. But, and if you guys noticed, why did I put the 2 bombs where I did? I don't know if I explained this when I was selecting the mission screen. This guy has on guard, so he goes, he has +4 speed on the first round, and you really want your stunners going first if possible. So on this round he has 12 speed, which means I get a pretty good opportunity to stun, and I can stun the 3rd position. I can stun before they get to act, which is really important. Kind of hoping that would fucking kill this thing. Now I might have to waste an action on it. I don't know. I could just wait around. Nah, I'm gonna wait around and be a little greedy about it. That hasn't acted yet. I'm just stunning him for the actual kill. Is what I wanted for that. Has high enough damage nuke that it's likely gonna kill. Alright. I will transform here. Combination made it so he couldn't act. One more Ren, so it doesn't crit. Nice. I'm gonna transform back on this guy and stress heal. No, I'm not. I lied.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Okay. Alright, what does the scout ping show us? More curios and another fight. I don't really want another fight. But I guess I'm here. I might as well get as much cash as I can out of this. Alright, again, we're not going to open these chests until the way back. We're going to walk all the way back. Another coral. There were 3 coral on this mission. If we'd had shit that we wanted to cleanse, this would have been a great mission for it. Alright. Just missed.
Unnerved, unbalanced.
Causing ourselves a lot of stress here. Probably not worth it, honestly, but getting greedy about the gold. Speed 8. Speed 8. Speed 6. The odds are, despite his low health, it's probably better to kill him here.
Exposed to a killing blow.
Monsters don't have plus crit damage with low light, just heroes, so it's just accuracy and damage off them. They're just getting really lucky on their crits. It's fairly irritating. Hoping that would kill. It's good. So we went from 0 stress to 50 stress at the end of this mission. So great. He's dead. Well, he might act first though.
Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
Let's get rid of medicinal herbs. Okay. Let's walk back this way. Can I key a barnacle encrusted chest? I don't think so. Okay. I think I have to shovel it only. It's not worth anything anyways. Well, I mean it is, but it's worth very little. Can't remember, did that last room have a proper chest? I think it did. No, a fight just spawned. Oh, that's boring. Alright, hold on. Okay. Surprise Shambler, right? We are full darkness. We could get Surprise Shambler. Advance there instead of whatever the hell it was I used.
Victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Alright. Let's not get a food ping 1 second before we walk in here. Does Eldritch from Torch event worth killing more than once? No. Yes, he's definitely. You're talking to Shambler. Shambler's worth killing. Shambler drops ancestral items. Do I think he's worth killing? Depends on your group composition. If you can kill him reliably, yes. If you're going to potentially lose the mission doing it, no. Yeah. Picked up a lot of stress for this. Did get 3 of the 4 to level 5 though. It's bad. Gonna get tuckered out, dealt with.